Hi friends, welcome to Educate 247. So we are back with our series on root words. So today we'll be covering the session 15 from the book Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. So if you haven't watched our sessions from 1 to 14, I'll request you to click on the link in the description and view those videos first. And if you are new to our channel, I request you to click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay tuned with amazing MBA related content on our channel. Also, if you are watching our videos for the first time, you could also explore our other series as well on our channel. So if you're preparing for the MBA entrance exams, you could also follow us on Facebook, Telegram, and also join our MBA exam preparation group on Telegram. And we have recently launched our CAT Booster 2020 program, which is a 360-degree mentorship program for CAT. Along with them, we have recently launched the CAT Booster 2020 sectional programs, which are for our verbal ability, quantitative aptitude, and data interpretation and logical reasoning sections. And also, along with them, we have launched the IIFT 2020 comprehensive course, which will cover the IIFT exam, which is another most important exam with CAT and offers similar difficulty also if you see. So we have covered IIFT in this course. So those who are preparing for IIFT specifically could join the IIFT 2020 course. Talking about our word power made easy session, you all know we actually make study of root words and actually try to predict the meaning of the unfamiliar words based on those root words. So for that, we will discuss the root words for today. So if you will notice, these root words were also been discussed in session 14 as well. So let's begin. First word here is notus, which means to be known. Next is sumus, which is highest. Corrigio is correct. Vetus is old. Genesis is birth. Sion is no. Con is with. Greg is people. And pathos is disease. So let's start. So these are the 10 words which will be discussed. Let's begin. The first word here is notority. So we had a word in previous session which means notorious. So notus and rity. So notoriety. So notus is to be known, and notoriety, if you see completely, it's being known for something bad. So the state of being famous or well known for something bad quality or deed. So that will be termed as a notoriety. Next is to consummate. To consummate. Summers was to make something complete. So making something complete will be termed as a consummate. Next we have is consumacy. Consumacy basically coming from consummate. So here it was making something complete, and here it is making something artistic. So being at a state of artistic height will be termed as a consumacy. Next we have is incorrigibility. Corrige was correct. So we add in here, so it makes it negative. So something which is not correct or something which couldn't be corrected. So incapable of being corrected or amended will be termed as incorrigibility. Next we have inveteracy. So what is inveteracy? So inveteracy, basically we had a word inveterate, a person who is actually like an alcoholic who does something regularly and couldn't stop doing it. So inveteracy is on similar terms. So inveteracy is something which is firm. So quality or state of being obstinate or persistent, which is being firm or someone who does not change, would be termed as inveterate. Next we have is genetics. So genetics is something, is a study of our genes, basically you could say the study of heredity and variation of inherited characteristics would be termed as genetics. So we have the word genealogy. So genealogy, again we have logy, so which refers to study. But what is genealogy? So genealogy is basically a line of descendant traced continuously from ancestor. So this is basically study of a line of descent traced continuously from an ancestor. So it would be termed as genealogy. So next we have is genesis. So what is genesis? So genesis is basically the origin or mode of formation of something. So it would be termed as genesis. So we had the word genus, which means origin or birth. So birth of something will be termed as its genesis. Next is hereditary. Hereditary we saw something which is acquired from previous generation. So determined by genetic factors and therefore able to be passed from parents to offsprings and descendants. So it is the genetic factors which could be transferred from one generation to other. So we have gene here. So gene is the thing or the quality which is passed, you could say. The unit of heredity which is transferred from parent to offspring and is held to determine some characteristics of offspring. So the parents will pass some characteristics of their own, a unit of heredity, to its offsprings, which could be noticeable. It will be termed as gene. So based on that, now we have the match the following. So we have 10 words which were discussed in the session. So you could just pause the video and try to solve them on your own. I'll just start solving. So the first word we have here is notority, which is well known for something bad, or basically I could say ill fame. Next we have is to consummate. To consummate was to make something complete or bring something to completion or top off. This is two. Next is consumacy. Consumacy was basically being at or state of artistic height. Incorrigibility, something which couldn't be corrected. So something which couldn't be corrected is state of being beyond a reform or correction. So this is incorrigibility. So what is inveterate? So inveterate is state of being long established in an habit. So something which cannot be amended or is firm or obstinate or persistent. So that is inveteracy. Next we have is genetics. So now if you see these words, so you could cause confusion here. Genetics, genesis, genealogy, and gene. So genetics was study of ancestry or science of heredity. So if you see genetics was science of heredity. And if you see genealogy was study of ancestry, which was the line from one generation to other. So these two words you have to remember. So this is science of heredity and this is study of ancestry. So if you see gene now here, so gene basically will mean the unit, the particle. If you see the particle that transmit from hereditary characteristics is gene. And genesis basically is easy. So we have genesis to be beginning or origin of something. So this is 8. And finally we have 9, which is hereditary, which is referring to the characteristics passed from offspring to parents. So this is 9, which is the final one. So we have completed all of them. And you could just, if you have any doubt, study of ancestry was genealogy. So this is 7. So we have completed all 10 of them. So you could just watch if you have any doubts. So let's move on to the next part. Answer whether yes or no. So we have 10 questions. So we'll try 12 questions actually. So we'll try to answer them whether yes or no. Does notoriety usually come to per perpetrators of mass murderers? So notoriety is usually well known for bad deed. So definitely yes, mass murder is a bad deed. Is product, so he becomes basically well known. You have his name as mass murderer or a gangster, etc. Is the product of consummately skillful counterfeiters likely to take an as genuine. Consummate is perfect. So consummately skillful is someone who is perfect. So definitely yes, it is going to be taken as genuine. Is incorrigibility in a criminal a sign that rehabilitation is possible? Definitely not. Someone who couldn't be corrected, how could you rehabilitate him or correct him? So definitely no. Is geneticist interested in your parents' characteristics? Definitely yes, because he will actually study our characteristics from our parent characteristics. So does inveteracy suggest that a habit is new? So inveteracy is basically something which is means obtained from our beginning of our life. So definitely no, it's not new. It's there from the birth itself. Next we have is when you consummate a deal, do you back out of it? Consummate is basically being artistic, and there is nothing called or so this is basically to consummate is make something perfect. So why would you back out of it? So consummate here is to make something perfect. So if you're making a perfect deal, why will you back out of it? So definitely not. So is a veteran actress long experienced in her art? So definitely yes, veteran is definitely someone who is old and is well established. So it's definitely she is long experienced at her art. Next we have is does genes determine heredity? So does genes determine heredity? Definitely yes. So genes are due to when the heredity is passed on. Next we have is genealogist interested in your family's origins? Definitely yes. He studies the ancestry, so he is interested. Are the genital organs used in reproduction? So something which is going to begin or start the origin is basically genus. So definitely yes. Is genesis of something the final point? So genesis is actually birth of something we saw and not the final point. So no again. And finally, are hereditary characteristics derived from parents? Definitely yes. So it's basically the meaning of heredity. So with this, we have completed today's session. If you have any doubts, you could mention them in comment section. And also if you have liked this video, I request you to click on like button and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned with our channel and our upcoming videos. Thank you and have a nice day.